Hey, I'm on the move again. Road Dog Darrin here. Today I am in Huntsville, Alabama at the Davidson Center for Space Exploration and the U.S. Space and Rocket Center. Now I have several videos on my channel from my visit here, so look for those. I've got videos and another picture slideshow featuring vertical pictures. This is a horizontal picture slideshow, so come along and enjoy my visit with me. And if there's anything that I need to explain along the way, I will. But definitely check out this museum, Huntsville, Alabama. Well worth the trip and well worth the visit. You can spend a pretty good part of your day. They have stuff outdoors and indoors. Gift shop right when you walk in, and some other cool displays. Before you even have to go in and pay for the tour, you can see some cool little displays. All kinds of amazing merchandise, NASA stuff, space stuff, military stuff. This is a display right in the gift shop area. You can see things when you're outside. You can walk around outside the perimeter and look in and see some of the rockets and things like that. But there are so many things inside that it really would be a good idea to pay to go inside the museum and look around. There's a photo opportunity. You can pretend to be an astronaut. I did not do it. So here's the layout if you want to zoom in on this. And here we go. Starting off, we walk on through here. This was a whole pop culture space. The Jetsons, Star Trek, Lost in Space, anything having to do with space. It was a little pop culture thing. There's a video of that on one of my longer videos from here that goes through that pop culture area. This is just a picture slideshow we've got here, so feel free, you can pause these pictures to read any of the information that I tried to take a picture of. And basically just walk through this with me. This is, of course, the outside once you go into the building and go through one part of the tour. Coming up here, there is I think it's a Saturn V rocket laying on its end inside this giant building. And I walked through there and took a bunch of pictures. Again, good video on my channel. Look around, I'm gonna load up all that stuff. Have a good time here, enjoy. Oh, I forgot about this part too. Okay, so they have a bunch of military stuff like helicopters, different rockets, things like that out in one section. I'm really into rocketry for the space exploration aspect, more so than the military. But a lot of times, things developed for the military then help in other areas, including space exploration. So, worth a jaunt outside, and I loved all the rockets. Coming up here, there will be some pictures of the space shuttle. When you walk over to the other side, away from where these things are, they have a space shuttle on display. This was a tree, an apple tree grown from seeds that went into space with an astronaut. Everything is pretty clearly marked. There are some models and replicas, but there are also a lot of real-life items that went to space, landed on the moon, came back, whatever. There are real space rocks, and all the signs and everything tell you whether this is a replica or this is an actual deal that was used, which is really cool. It's a great opportunity to see a lot of things like this. I think we have a moon rock coming up here. So this was in the section that has this giant rocket hanging from the ceiling on its side. You can really get an idea of how large they are. Some various different space suits from over the years. That was cool. This is an actual, this is from the Apollo program there. Had the definite signs of coming back into the atmosphere. Again, this is just a picture slideshow. The Skylab. You could walk through the old Skylab, which was before the International Space Station. They had the Skylab. In fact, a cool display they had there was a father-son deal. There's a father astronaut that was on the Skylab, and then his son has been on the International Space Station. So that was great. You can spend a good part of a day going through everything, especially if you read everything, if you take part in some of the different experiments and stuff. There's rides and things you can purchase. There's a sit-down restaurant. There are little like food kiosks types of things. So there's a lot of people there, even during the week, because they have schools that take tours. It just was a beautiful, perfect day, blue skies. I loved it. Loved being out there and checking out all the rockets, and there's the space shuttle. There was a group of people there. They have space camp for children and adults, and the day I was there, this group of adults came walking by. It was while I was out here at the space shuttle in their blue NASA jumpsuits, taking part in a space camp. That's the plane that space shuttle astronauts trained on to learn how to fly the space shuttle. They had it kind of like rigged up to be like the inside of the space shuttle. Another interesting thing is right there, Abel and Baker were a couple of little monkeys that they sent up into space before they sent humans up, and these monkeys experienced G-forces and zero gravity. They were in these little containers and sent it. But anyway, they came back down alive, and one of them is buried here, Miss Baker. So that's a cool thing to check out outside. Hey, there's some spacesuits. Thanks again for joining me on my walkthrough of the Space Center, and look for my other videos on my channel, Live Your Life. Please subscribe to the Road Dog Darin channel.